Monday, guys. I'm Ashley, Monday's YouTuber, if you didn't already know that. This week's theme is going to be so much fun. It is how-to videos. Each of us are going to show you how to do something, and my how-to video is about a hobby of mine that is close to my heart, and it's super easy, and I think it's overlooked a lot because it's considered an old lady's hobby. And this hobby of mine happens to be knitting. All you need is a pair of knitting needles, and if you don't have that, 2 sharpened pencils and yarn. So go grab your materials, come back, and let's get started. Okay guys, so as I said before, literally all you need is a pair of knitting needles and yarn. And as far as yarn goes, don't go all crazy and get a $20 skein of yarn. You want to make sure you're enjoying this hobby before you really invest in it. So to start, we have to cast on. Casting on is when you actually put first stitches on the first needle. And this is a really easy process to do. You simply grab the yarn with 2 fingers, wrap it around, and do a little loop like that. So I'll do that again. 2 fingers, wrap it around, and then pull it through the middle. And that's your first cast on loop. And you go ahead and put that on the needle and pull. What we're going to do now is to cast on the other stitches, and I'm gonna go ahead and do 15 stitches total. So to start, you hold this tail. You need to hold the tail inside. You hold the tail like this, and then you wrap your thumb around and get your thumb in there. Take the side that's connected to the rest of the skein, wrap it around, pull it over, and pull. You just made your second stitch. I'll do that again. You have the tail in your hand, and you do your thumb under. You do your needle like that. Take the body yarn, wrap it around, pull over, and pull. And I'm going to do 15 stitches. So now I have all 15 stitches on my needle. So I'm just going to show you the knit stitch. And this is also called the garter stitch. This is where you're just knitting every single stitch and you're not getting fancy and complicated and stuff. So to begin, we need to insert our needle inwards like that. And we're going to take the body yarn. Don't take the tail, make sure this tail is out of the way. But you're going to take the body yarn, wrap it around the needle that you inserted into the stitch, and do that. And take the stitch off the needle. You take this needle, you insert it into the stitch, you wrap the body yarn around, and then take it off the needle. Insert, wrap around, come back out, pull off. So that was the first row, and you're gonna keep doing that process the entire time until you have a scarf or whatever you're making at the desired length. I'll go ahead and do a few more rows so you can see what a block of garter stitch looks like. And I just finished my 6th row. So as you can see, there's bump, crevice, bump, crevice, bump, crevice. And then if you flip it over, it's just the opposite. It's crevice, bump, crevice, bump, crevice, bump. And that's because that's the garter stitch and you're knitting every single row. Now, a problem most beginner knitters have is their stitches are either way too loose or way too tight. You want to find what's comfortable for you without making it too loose or too tight. And this is just the basics of knitting. There are so many more complex things that you can do with knitting, and it's so much fun to do. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to knit. This is one of my favorite things to do. It just really makes you feel confident when you actually finish a project. On my YouTube channel, I'm working on a Little Mermaid scarf. So if you want to watch the tutorial for that, go check it out. If you are new to knitting, I put some video links down below to help you get started on your journey in knitting. Knitting is about building confidence, having fun, and expressing yourself in a way that most people probably don't express themselves. Have fun knitting, and I'll see y'all next Monday.